Hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to Picking Up the Pieces. I guess you could say this is going to be kind of like a several part video collection right here on YouTube for a lot of you. Kind of getting you all caught up to speed with, September 18th, 2021. Up to the making of these videos, which this video is the first major production video that we have done for 2022. And many of you out there are wondering, with the Princess Faye leaving and doing all the things that she's done, what are we going to do to ensure this channel's survival? Because she did a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and a lot of you are fully aware of that. So because of that, first thing that we've got to say is a couple of series were affected, obviously, and they were affected pretty hard. So much so that they're gone. And one of them we hope to get back on here, and the other one we're hoping that one day we'll bring back under a different name for someone else. And those series are Surviving Romance, which the hope is that we'll find someone that I can give myself like that to once again. And of course, bring awesome romance videos to our Lady Mavericks, who enjoy them very much. Even more so, they enjoy those more than they do the Lady Mavericks Unite Hot Rod series. And along with that, obviously getting spicy with cinnamon had to come to a close. Now, I know some of you have said, well, why can't you do your own makeup? Folks, let me explain a couple of things. Number one, very importantly, there was a time I could do my own makeup, but I was never good enough to do my own eyeshadow. But I could do my own makeup at one time. But after my stroke, that came to a close. And I was like 31, 32 when I had my stroke. Time kind of blends together there. So because of that, I can't do my makeup. I'm not that good anymore. My hands shake too much. So it's a good way to put my own eye out. So not a good idea. So those two series came to a screeching halt. Obviously, we still have Urban Survival, and we brought back cooking as Guilty Pleasures Cooking. So you guys still get your cooking stuff and things like that. But beyond that scope, I mean, well, even off the chain, where we just throw caution to the wind and have fun, was even kind of hit a little bit. So a lot of these series were kind of hit pretty hard. And very importantly, one of the most important series on this channel, the series that no matter how you slice it, is the original genre that we dove into, and that's do-it-yourself budget hot rodding. That was hit fairly hard. You all know the condition of Project Spirit. She's not going to be, at the rate that we're going, she won't be ready till probably midsummer. So car shows are not on the list for Project Spirit. Along with that, Project Lena was a complete basket case. Let me give you all a little quick back history. I don't want to, a lot of this is going to take some time to explain, and that's why we're having to do a video series on this. But first thing out of the gate, when the accident happened with Project Spirit, yes, I was driving Project Lena for a brief time, but I didn't, I was working so much at that time that I just did not have the time to really clean out Project Lena. And Princess Faye, drove the crap out of Project Lena, so she had mechanical issues, and the inside was just absolute filth. So when I parked Project Lena, even though I'd been driving for a couple of months, and Princess Faye went on to get a 2006 Chevy Cobalt, let me say right now, pretty much the condition that Princess Faye handed Project Lena over to me was the condition that she basically left it in. So even after she left, it's like, I got to do something about this. I got to do something about this. And finally the day came. It's like, we're getting close to the new year. The weather is decent. So the video footage I'm about to show you is from December of 2021. But pretty much Project Lena was a time capsule of what it was like basically what Princess Faye's life was like. And I'm going to tell y'all something that most people don't want to admit. That whole line in one of the Fast and Furious movies, this line right here.
Show me how you drive, I'll show you who you are.
That line has a little more truth than most people would like to think. So we're going to go ahead now and roll the video footage of what Project Lena looked like and what I had to do to get her up to, up to at least comfortable driving once again. Welcome back. Folks, there was a lot of stuff that you all just didn't get to see. There's just no way I could video everything. But let me break it down for you. And bear in mind, I did actually have to talk to someone in recovery, just like me. And what I'm about to tell you does make things a little bit more difficult, and it does tie into, I'm just going to say it, I will never be able to trust Princess Faye again. Not with everything that I've seen inside Project Lena. Underneath a lot of the mess that you all seen, plain and simple, I found these little plug-ins that you put around your home. Basically you plug it in the wall. These little plug-in air fresheners, basically. You plug them in the wall, and it lets off, scented air freshener for, however long, uh, you know. Well, I found a bunch of these inside Project Lena. Now, the capsules were broken. Okay, they were broken, and broke off the tops, and just very typical of your alcoholics and addicts. They just left the evidence laying there. So I had to call one of my friends in recovery who's more familiar with modern day drug life than because it's been years for me. So I had to learn a few things, I guess you could say. And she says, well, people that smoke pot will do that to cover up the smell of pot in their car. I said, well, that's interesting. Said, but there's other types of addicts that also do that too. I said, well, what other types? She says, people that are smoking methamphetamines. She said, I just want to warn you, that is something that they'll also do. She said, but I will tell you that if she was smoking, methamphetamines, the smell, if it was pot, the smell would come back at some point. And I said, well, okay. She said, you haven't gotten any headaches while driving Project Lena, have you? I said, here and there, yeah, every now and again. She said, yeah, there's an excellent chance that she may have been smoking methamphetamines in the car. Now, bear in mind, that's not a definite, it's just an excellent chance. Which, from what I understand, Deloge Walmart, that's actually a common problem, that a lot of folks out there do that. And especially on the night shift. That's rumor, of course, but then again, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire, okay? And along with that, bear in mind, I mean, the video footage is a little, how do I want to say? The video footage I showed you of cleaning out Project Lena, ironically enough, is a little out of order. The video footage of the trash I actually shot after I had already started cleaning the dash. So the dash cleaning should have actually came first, but I was kind of in the way, and I really wanted you guys to fully understand what I had to clean out. So technically speaking, even though I showed the mess first, then the cleaning, and that's not fully accurate. It was actually, I started cleaning, then it's like, I better get some video footage, so I, shot what I hadn't cleaned yet, which, it took me a while. And then, of course, what I cleaned, and then, of course, getting her completely cleaned out, which I ended up having to take Project Lena over to a car wash, and not to spray her down, but to go in and vacuum her out. There's one up in Farmington, Missouri, that has free vacuuming services. So I took a vacuum cleaner and cleaned her out real good. All total, I probably spent close to about 3 working hours on Project Lena, just getting her to the point where you see, and she's still not show worthy yet. So if that's any indication how bad it was, as a matter of fact, a lot of the dash was just covered in dried soda. There's dried soda spilled on the carpet. It's going to take me a good long time before Project Lena is ready for car show again. But along with that, while I was cleaning her out, that's when I started finding the air fresheners. But I found something else of interest, and other little things that just didn't quite add up. One of the other things that I found was a lighter like this. Now, folks, we make jokes about these lighters here in the U.S., and I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but we teasingly call these crack lighters. But with every little joke, sometimes there's a little grain of truth. And let me explain. You know, with these lighters, people like myself, because I'm one of those doomsday preppers, hence urban survival, but I like these because they have an adjustable flame, as you can tell. Pretty cool, right? You know, cigar smokers like these, people that smoke, you know, tobacco pipes love these, and, you know, I have to throw them in there. People that do smoke marijuana from a pipe, they do like it too. I'm not going to get involved in that debate right now. That's another subject for another time. But this is one of the, you know, the people like these because of the adjustable flame. And as a matter of fact, you can actually remove this guard here and even crank the flame up higher if you know what you're doing. But you have to be careful because after a while it starts spitting butane all over your hand. You can catch your hand on fire if you're not careful. Along with that, mechanics sometimes even like this because if they don't have a soldering iron available to them, they can turn these into little mini torches and do really, really light soldering for that reason. I'm sure there's other, you know, a million other uses for these, but people like myself, we like them because of their many, many uses, you know, in the survival community. But other types of people also like them. People that also smoke crack, hence the term crack lighter, and people that also do methamphetamines. So there's an excellent chance that, you know, again, we're back to this. And I mean, I found one of these inside of Project Lena, and it was kind of stuck to the carpet where I had to peel it up. Well, there was no soda spilled in that spot. It was one of the few spots that didn't have soda spilled everywhere. Again, Project Lena at this point is kind of a time capsule. And I should have videoed that, but I wasn't thinking. I was just so upset at the disaster that, you know, Project Lena is in at that point. You know, that it's going to be a minute to get her back up to show quality. I was just so upset I didn't even think to film it. And the one that I found was actually purple and had a black guard on it with kind of like a rusted burn spot right there. I had to talk to, again, my friend in recovery, and she basically said, everything you're describing says that she may have been smoking methamphetamine. So we've got already two major, you know, things pointing in that direction that Princess Faye was smoking methamphetamine. So again, I will say it to the camera, you know, she could walk in the door right now and say, you know, I need help. Great, I'll help her because I'm obligated. I'm still married to her. But beyond that, I don't want to be with her. I don't want that in my life anymore. As I'm making of this video, I'm less than a month away from making 16 years sober myself as a sober member of Alcoholics Anonymous. I can't live like that. That is not who I am. And if she wants to live that life, by all means, it's on her. As a matter of fact, I'm so confident that she's going to be hard-headed about this. I almost half expect that at any day I'll get that phone call saying I'm a widow. So because of that, we will, you know, there is hope that I will find that special someone that I can give myself to romantically and give you guys those amazing videos, you know, and, you know, I don't want to give too much away because, you know, my personal life is my personal life, and I mean, I have interest in one, but I don't know if she's, you know, you guys got to understand that this channel is my life. I've put a lot of myself into this channel, and, you know, the one holdup for me is if she's not willing to let me give her, you know, make her, you know, kind of like the center of my affections and make the videos for all of you. You know, she's not willing to take all of me, I guess you could say. So that's, you know, that's one of the things that, you know, I've got to actually look at, because you have to have all of me. You know, this is who I am. And, you know, a romance series is my way of screaming to the world that this is who I'm in love with. This is who I'm head over heels with. So that's where we're at on that. So pretty much from here, a lot of the picking up the pieces, we'll be talking about kind of putting things back together and how I'm basically how I'm doing that to kind of help you all get caught up to speed with how the channel's progressing. Now, some of you probably want to be able to help. Go over to the About page. You got the Teespring store for your merchandise, and we also have the Patreon. $1 a month is all I ask, and you become a member of the High Mileage Club. I've been trying to figure out ways to be able to give to you guys who do become members of the High Mileage Club, but that's easier said than done right now. The way Patreon has things set up, it would cost you guys more money, and you're already donating to me, so I can't ask you to do that. And I won't ask you to do that, so we'll try to find other ways beyond that scope. Alrighty. Pretty much, I think that covers everything. Yep, pretty much covers everything. So that brings us to a good stopping point. Again, I want to remind you all that the things that I mentioned today about Princess Faye is, the evidence points in that direction, but I don't have enough in concrete, but it does point in that direction. And having someone, sometimes, when you're playing detective, you have to bring in people who've been there and done that. And thankfully, I had one of those friends who was kind enough to do that. Thank you so much, Mercury, for helping me with that. And Mercury knows who she is. All right, so that brings us to an excellent stopping point again. So I get to say to all of you, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.